Hi, I know you miss me. Huh? You don't even know who I am? Ah, well, it doesn't matter. I will get straight to the point then. Ruchi has been in the game for a very long time, and after all the rewards, gameplay change and the new difficult path, I can say that this perk has aged well, mainly because of what it offers. It's a super perk if you didn't know this, and I have been playing this game for more than 3000 hours, so I think I'm quite qualified to make an advanced guide about this perk deck. In this guide you will find the basics, an explanation of each card and how this affects on the game, tips of how playing Crunchy from that sentence, of course some rules, a part of that showing how perk decks are affected when there is a Crunchy from the group, and more advanced stuff like the exact numbers. To be honest, everything in this game has already been done and explained, and okay, I don't know why I am doing this if no one is going to watch this. It's a waste of time. Should I be studying? Should I be working instead of doing this? Well, while my arm is having problems, please subscribe. It took me a lot of time doing this. Now I won't bother you, so let's start. Cruciif is a health-focused perk, and most perks in this game that focus on improving health tend to be either very strong or completely overpowered. On top of that, unlike other perks, Cruciif also includes small armor bonuses and damage reduction, finally making the ICT armor plus health a good combination, replacing other solutions like trusting on underdog haste, or using frenzy and forgetting about health, and surviving just one extra shot from the most common enemy in this difficulty, the heavy shield, is particularly a blessing. And well, reaching certain stat values to achieve, it's called a breakpoint, and believe me, Cruciif has a lot of them. You're going to see why I'm saying this, because there are ways to play this perk, and other perks affected by it, that almost nobody thinks about. So now, let's start reading the cards. First card, Brute Strange. You and your team gain 8% damage reduction for free, and this bonus is double for you when your health drops below 50%. Sounds good, okay, but first let's clear something up. I thought that damage reductions works like health bonuses, but it doesn't. Let me give you an example. Every health bonus works on the health base, being 230 of HP. If we add a joker to the equation that gives us 30% more health, means that we have now 598 of HP. Yeah, but in Payday it doesn't work that way. We need the percentage of the health base, so the 30% of the health is 69. Now, we have this number on our previous one, and tada! That's our real number. So, this is how health works. Now, I thought that this worked on damage reduction, but it works on the actual damage incoming. So, have this in mind. Now, back to the card. A heavy shield deals 225 damage. Now we remove an 8% and that gives us 207. As for the dose reduction when you're below half health, honestly it's not that great. You're still going to die in 2 shots with or without it. Now the third card, Marathon Man. You and your team gain 50% more stamina and shot distance is increased by 25%. And when you're at medium distance from an enemy, you gain an additional 80% damage reduction. The stamina boost is decent, but you're not going to sprint around the map while enemies can expose you in a single shot. That said, it's useful in certain situations, such as rushing the start of Hotline Miami map. The increased shot distance is mainly useful for eliminating cops from far away and converting them easier. So, these two effects are mostly quality of life improvements. So, about the damage reduction condition, it's always active, unless you are far away from the enemies. And if you have read in some places that if you don't have underdog haste, this part of the card won't work. But I'm very sure that this issue was fixed. So, this damage reduction leaves the heavy shield dealing 190 of damage. Fifth card, Wolf Pack. You gain 20% more health, and your team gains 10% more health. The numbers are going to be here in the screen. Nothing complicated here, right? 7th card, your armor is increased by 10% and your team's armor by 5%. Fun fact, this makes the lightweight ballistic based armor tank one shot from a light shield. And the final card, hostage situation. You and your team gain 6% more health, 12% more stamina per hostage, up to a maximum of 4. Plus, if you have at least one hostage, you gain another 8% damage reduction, so that 6% health translates to 30.8 health per hostage. That's a total of 50 damage reduction from a heavy seal. Not bad. This final damage reduction also clearly shows why a lightweight ballistic vest works in certain setups. Now let's go to a quick summary. In short, having multiple hostage makes you stronger. But to be honest, you only need one Joker to tank 2 shots from a heavy seal, but who cares? The side damage reduction is one of the best stats of the game, so the most important thing is having at least one hostage, or 2, it doesn't matter if it's a civilian or a dominated cop. And if you want all the buffs, take 3 hostage and 1 Joker, so this means making you and your team tankier. Simple, right? Now that we have all the data, I will explain the exact numerical values of the creature perk. I will leave the table on screen so it's easier to understand. Remember that a Joker counts as hostage, meaning it grants both the Joker health bonus and the civilian health bonus. Also, I was forgetting that a Joker counts as hostage only for you and not for your team, and vice versa. So that will be everything. I suck at maths. I'm going to kill my— Wait a second. With the 3% damage reductions, a heavy seal deals 175 damage, but while testing this in a practice map, I noticed something interesting. That number works with 3 hostage, but for reasons that are not visible or clearly explained in game, if we add one more hostage to the equation, the damage drops to 157. I don't know why this happens, but it appears to be an additional 10% damage reduction. Also in case you didn't know this bonus don't stack if there are multiple creatures on the team. So if there's a second one and you were hoping to reduce the damage to 0, yeah, no. Nice try by the way. As I said at the beginning, Creative is a good perk, but it's not overpowered. Unlike overpowered perks such as Anarchist or Stoic, you won't be speedrunning everything or turning yourself into a bullet sponge. Now, in the past I would have said this perk had a different playstyle, but something changed recently. It's not a huge change, but it does affect how you play, and we're going to talk about it later. Now, if you're using the ICTV, you can tank 2 shots to the armor and 2 shots to the health without dying. That's strong for this difficulty. Also with ICTV the things will be easier. You have to worry less about your health and focus that they don't break your armor, allowing you to be more aggressive, but obviously taken care of. And if you're running with the lightweight ballistic vest, you can kill faster with crits, but you're easy to get exposed, so you need to be more careful about it. And honestly, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I play by inertia. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm surviving. If you want to make your own wheels instead of copying mine, I will recommend some skills that are almost mandatory. In the mastermind tree you can run Dr. Bugs if you are a good person, or first aid kits if you are a selfish piece of like me. And there is one skill you absolutely cannot skip, and it's extremely important. I mean, it literally have a civilian icon. Come on, Khrushchev can't regenerate health, and this skill helps immensely, making health loss far less punishing. In Enforcer we have Underdog Haze. Yeah, ignore it. Next to that, we can use ICTV. However, when using ICTV, you need to be aware that you can't use crit wheels, or at least not in a cheap or efficient way. Because of that, the best option is to choose weapons that don't rely on damage upgrades to perform well, also that have good ammo pickup, especially if you plan on bringing Dr. Bugs or first aid kits. Good candidates are the LMGs, dealing 126 damage, as well as high or mid damage snipers. Even though high damage snipers have poor ammo pickups, the grey skill is too strong that a single shot can kill multiple enemies, which helps conserve ammo. Now, if you are planning to use the lightweight ballistic vest, please don't take Die Hard Ace, it's unnecessary. I have already shown that this armor can survive a light seal shot on its own. I'm mentioning this because I have seen multiple build videos where people take diehard ace or even the heavy ballistic vest, which makes no sense. Please don't do this. Now let's get into the wheels. Each of these wheels showcases different strengths of crew chief and pushes them to their limits. And don't worry, I will explain why each choice is there and what it's meant to do. And yes, I did a full solo run with each of these wheels, and yes, I am that much of masochist. This wheel is very generic, I will admit that, but I'm showcasing the strongest wheel. I choose the Brenner LMG mostly because it sounds great, but you can use any LMG you want, there's no real issue there. But I recommend LMGs dealing 126 damage or higher. Modify them however you want to get the best stats, pricing stability. For your secondary weapon you can choose a high damage SMG for bulldozers or use a grenade launcher for clearing daily packet areas. For deployables you can run Dr. Bags or First Aid Kits, it's up to you. Personally, I don't like reviving people or having second chances, so I remove those and use the second option more often. Pros: extremely tanky, great survivability, and practically infinite ammo, if you don't shoot in the air like an idiot, like me. Cons: killing bulldozers quickly can be difficult. Even with HVT, it can feel slow against skull and minigun dozers. Now to the second wheel. For this build, I decided to use a high damage sniper rifle, since they are generally very strong, but you can use a mid damage sniper, as long as you don't use a suppressor, and your secondary weapon must be a high damage SMG. This is essential for dealing with bulldozers that get too close. If you choose the second variant of the build and took HVT, you can kill even bulldozers very quickly. With a high damage sniper, I recommend focusing on high health enemies first, like special units first, except bulldozers of course, and then heavy seals. This allows you to kill surrounding enemies with a single shot, instead of having to finish them off with an extra shot. And for the light seal, don't even bother aiming for the head. One shot anywhere the body will kill them. Pros: You don't need to worry about the enemy distance. You can safely take your time aiming at heads. ICTV gives you no duration time to aim, shoot, and reposition without taking health damage. Cons: you can run out of ammo, especially if you miss a lot. Speaking from experience, focusing on long-range enemies can leave ammo far away, forcing you to move forward to collect it. Or even worse, your teammates steal the ammo from enemies you killed. And now for the next build, I'm going to go really in depth. Okay, you're maybe wondering, why are Frenzy and Berserker in this build? Here's why. Something funny happens with Berserker setups in this game. Usually you get something like 99 at best, and sure, most of the time 80% is more than enough for most weapons, but this setup is mainly about reaching that satisfying state of having basically no health left. Let me explain. And when we keep the ICTV, we have 238 of armor. If you can see, we almost tank 2 shots to the armor without breaking it. So we need one more damage reduction to make this works. You have 2 options. The first option is using a freeze kit with quick fix ace, giving you 10% more damage reduction, but this is going to ruin your perfect circ. And the second option is relying on underdog ace, which also gives you 10% more damage reduction. It's not good, but hey, what do you expect from a tier 1 skill? But I have noticed enemies are smarter now, and those 3 shots on armor with underdog active happens more often than they used to. And well, and how do I get this perfect circ? It's simple. This is a heavy seals damage, and well, you only have to get 3 hostage and 1 joker, or 2 hostage with 2 jokers. And this is your maximum health with all of that. Now get shot by a heavy seal and that's it. Ta-da! You have the perfect circ. Now, is this build actually good? No, it's not good. I'm stupid. Wait. If I had made this guy a few months ago, I would have said this build was actually effective. Do you remember when I say something changed recently? Well, here's that something. A normal crew chief with ICTV can survive 4 shots without dying. This frenzy crew chief also can survive 4 shots. 3 on armor and 1 on health. But here's the problem. To survive that health shot, you need those 3 hostage and 1 joker. And keeping those hostages alive is a nightmare. But there used to be a trick. Hiding civilians' heads inside walls, so cops couldn't see them. Their vision hitbox was tied to the head. But after the latest update, civilian AI was improved, and that trick stopped working. For that reason, this build is now far more impractical than it used to be, and at this point, it's basically a meme build. So use it if you want new builds, I guess. Now let's talk about the weapon choices. I chose a shotgun mainly to justify taking underdog, and the BD12 it's the best automatic shotgun in the game, ignoring concealment of course, and somehow I finally found a use for the single shot secondary sniper. Shotguns have terrible range, so a sniper helps deal with enemy sniper. On top of that, I took overkill ace to deal with bulldozers from a distance. With this setup, you can kill most bulldozers in 2 or 4 shots, making it a very strong option. The pros of this build is that you can do a lot of damage, and cons, everything. The LVB has enough armor to survive a light seal shot. On top of that, it allows for more weapon choices, thanks to critical hits. The Lion's Roar is the best assault rifle on the game. It has great DPS and excellent ammo pickup, which is overpowered. And to deal with shields, the 5.7 pistol is the obvious choice. Pros: you have a great DPS, you're faster than using ICTV. Cons: you're more vulnerable at bullets, you can run out of ammo if you don't shoot with head. Now, to be faster, here's the second wheel, and with the song because I like it. At this point, I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I'm not really used to making this kind of video. The Akimbo Goliaths are just good, very comfortable to use, and they delete anything that stands in front of you, especially Bulldozer. To clean the map more easily, or elite stunning enemies, the Grim Shotgun with the new Tombstone ammo is the choice. I think the Tombstone ammo has surpassed Dragon's Breath in almost every way, except for killing shields or triggering overkill. With poison, one shot is enough. The damage over time does all the work, letting you shoot half the map and watch enemies die seconds later. Pros: you have infinite ammo, clearing enemies with the Grim will be easier. Cons: you're still vulnerable, and sometimes the poison won't work so fast. And here's where the video ends. Thank you for staying and watching the video.
But wait, we're not done yet. You need to talk about the other perk decks.
Oh shit, I wanted to finish this now. What? Okay, I'm not going to talk here because the self guide ends here. So I'm just going to let it appear here in the screen the numbers for the interested ones. And if you have seen the entire video, just know what I appreciate a lot.